My husband skipped our baby's ultrasound for his coworker, and what he admitted next destroyed me. Ever since I got pregnant, I started noticing little things about my husband that didn't sit right. It mostly revolved around one person, Lisa, his new coworker. At first, it sounded innocent. Lisa is hilarious. Lisa stayed late, too. Lisa understands the pressure I'm under. Then it became constant. Lunch with Lisa, coffee with Lisa, inside jokes with Lisa. He started guarding his phone like it contained state secrets, flipping it over whenever I walked in, muting notifications, even stepping out of the room to reply sometimes. I'm pregnant, not oblivious. My intuition was screaming, but I kept telling myself not to overreact. Until the ultrasound appointment, the one appointment I begged him not to miss. He promised he would come. The morning of the appointment, I was in the bathroom getting ready when his phone buzzed repeatedly. He rushed to grab it before I could glance over. About an hour before we were supposed to leave, he texted, "Lisa invited me out for fish and chips. I haven't seen her properly in forever, and she's going through a really hard time. I should probably be there for her." Be there for her? While your pregnant wife is about to see your child on a screen for the first time. I didn't argue. I simply called my mom. She arrived within 20 minutes already furious, drove me to the ultrasound, held my hand the entire time, and cried when we found out the gender. Then she drove me back home too, because unlike my husband, she shows up. But the real storm began when my husband walked in later that evening smiling like nothing had happened. The second my mom saw him, she absolutely exploded. "You are a horrible husband," she shouted. Who abandons their pregnant wife for another woman? At this point, it's suspicious. Extremely suspicious. Are you even capable of taking care of my daughter? Because if this is the kind of man you are, I should pack her bags and take her home with me right now. He tried to laugh it off. Huge mistake. She got louder. "Your child is on the way and you're out playing emotional support for some coworker? Grow up." When he muttered that I wasn't alone, my mom snapped back. Her mother should never have to replace her husband. The house went dead silent. He avoided eye contact, not guilty, just irritated. Later that night, he casually asked, "So, what are we having?" I told him calmly, "You'll find out when the baby is born." He scoffed. "You're really going to be petty over one appointment? It's not like the baby was arriving that day. Lisa actually needed someone. You're acting hormonal. No apology. Not even a fake one." 2 days later, a coworker's girlfriend messaged me assuming I already knew the truth. Apparently, the fish and chips dinner wasn't some emotional emergency. It was an after-work hangout. Multiple coworkers were invited. But guess who sat together the entire night? Shared dessert. And left at the same time. Him. And Lisa. Jason, the friend he claimed would be there, wasn't even there. When I confronted him, he rolled his eyes and said, "You're making something out of nothing. Men and women can be friends. You're starting to sound paranoid." And I snapped. I looked straight at him and asked, "Did you sleep with her?" He froze. Completely froze, like the question physically hit him. Then came the denial, loud, defensive. "No, what is wrong with you?" But I didn't stop. I asked again, and again, and again. The third time, something in him broke. He exploded. Started shouting that I pushed him away. That my mother humiliated him. That he needed space. Then he said something that knocked the air out of my lungs. "This baby is causing me so much stress. I'm not even sure I want it anymore." Silence. Pure ringing silence. I just stared at him. He doesn't want the baby anymore? This is the same man who begged me for months to start a family. The same man who said he was ready. Who promised he wanted this. And now suddenly, the baby is the problem? Not his choices. Not his behavior. Not Lisa. The baby. In that moment, something inside me shifted permanently. I silently packed my bags, called my mom, and left with her. Because this stopped being about a missed appointment. Or even a suspicious coworker. This was about realizing I might be raising this child with someone who was already halfway out the door. Now his family is calling me cruel for withholding the gender and leaving him while he's so stressed. But honestly, after hearing what he said, he's lucky I didn't walk out sooner. So yes, he can wait. Am I the a-hole?